What up, Facebook, YouTube, interwebs, Instagrams, and all of that. I wanted to shoot a little video today talking about buying a house off of what up, Facebook, YouTube, interwebs, Instagrams, and all of that. I wanted to shoot a little video today talking about buying a house off of an auction site. So forgive me about the details. My wife always say I'm not the greatest at the details, but that's what I keep her around for. So anyway, if y'all want to know the details of this, hit me up in the comments. If I say something that don't make sense to you, just hit me up, I'll clarify. But anyway, I want to just cover it broadly real quick. So I've actually bought I bought two houses off of auction sites before, right? So one, we used Hubzu as a site where you can go find houses that are usually bank owned, and then you got auction.com. So I'm gonna tell you guys, break down this one deal for you. So this one deal I got was actually let's do the other one. One I got was my own personal house, right? So now, do I want to do my own personal? No, I don't want to do my own personal. One deal I got was, I think I covered it in the video before. It was the one where I was talking about I gave the guy $13,000. So I want to talk to you about how to buy the house off of Hubzu, auction.com. Sorry. So auction.com, like any of these other sites, they'll take. So if these banks, they foreclose on a property, they get the property back from the buyer. So the buyer basically, foreclosed on his house, got his house foreclosed on, and he can't afford it anymore. And so it goes back to the bank. So the bank kicks him out, blah, blah, blah. Now the bank has this house on their books. Now banks are banks. They're not, they don't do rental properties, or they don't sell houses. They're not realty places, anything like that. So they want to get rid of these houses. So a lot of times these houses will just sit on the bank's desk until they decide to get rid of it. When they decide to get rid of it, a lot of times they'll use these auction sites to do it. So they'll basically say, hey, we think this house is worth this, starting bid will be this, and just see who's going to give us the highest amount of money for it. So we got on this site, we got this house, we looked at it. My wife, she really wanted the house because it was a house that was in our neighborhood. We knew the houses. We knew it wouldn't take a whole lot to get it. So we went ahead and put our bid in. We put our bid in, and we waited a couple weeks, I think it was, and they accepted it. So we're like, oh God, we got this house. Now what are we going to do with it? So in that time, in that process, they ask you, do you want to use your title company or somebody else's title, or their title company? Let me tell y'all, never, ever, 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 ever let them use their own title company. Now, I think it was like an extra like $200 or something like that to use our own title company, but that $200 would have saved me God, a lot of money if I had to use my own. So, and the reason being was these people they outsourced the work to some overseas call center. Not that I got nothing against, overseas or none of that stuff, but these people couldn't talk. If you're going to use somebody from another country, at least they got to know English, right? These people couldn't talk. These people didn't understand what was going on in this transaction, and it was a huge headache. So if you ever buy a house off of an auction site, or even when you're doing your own deals as an agent or as an investor, always bring your title company. Or if you're in a state like I'm in now, South Carolina, where they use attorneys, use somebody that somebody who you vetted, somebody who's working on your behalf. That's just a little nugget. So that house was on the market. We were in contract for probably 4 months, I think, before we were able to touch the house. And the reason being is because that house didn't go to, the title wasn't transferred out of the owner's name until the bank decided to sell it. So when they finally decided to sell it to us, then they had to do all the work to get the title out of the previous person's name. So if you're going to buy a house, research the title, see whose name it's in. And if you want to still purchase it like that, make sure you're going to be in for, a long ride. So I had holding costs on this house. So when I purchased it and said I was going to buy it, I think if it was for like 50,000, then I still had to make payments on this money that I was borrowing every single month. But I didn't even have possession of the house. So that's something that I learned going in. You know, some things that I would do differently if I was going to buy from one of these auction places. One, make sure that you use your own title company or closing attorney to do all your, you know, title search and all that stuff. And then two, make sure that you figure out whose name the house is in, because if the name of the house, if the house isn't in the name of the bank already, it's going to be a long time for y'all. So anyway, man, that's just a little something I wanted to get off my chest today, something I figured I could help somebody out with. So let me know, hit me up in the comments, any questions at all. What kind of videos would y'all like to see me do? What kind of stuff do y'all want to hear about? And then like, share, all of that fun stuff, man. I'll keep bringing it to you. I'm starting my broker school classes here in the next couple of weeks, so I'll keep y'all posted on that. But until then, man, hit me up. Let me know if y'all have any questions. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.